Hi everyone, and welcome to the Soul Illumination Year Ahead reading for 2024 for the sign of Sagittarius. This is I Am Illuminated Tarot reading for Soul Illumination. So hi everyone and welcome. Now this is going to be a little different than my monthly readings for each sign in that we are going to be looking at the year ahead for you, Sagittarius. So we're going to be looking first, I'm going to pull some oracle cards, a single tarot card to kind of get an overview of the larger themes for the year ahead. And then we are going to go ahead and pull some additional tarot cards and some clarifiers to take a look at the energetic spread for the year. So we'll kind of look at the beginning, the middle, and the end as to what to expect. Now, your first card out is building blocks. And I do apologize. I'm filming this in the evening. It's pretty dark outside, so the film quality may not be as bright as it could be or as it usually is, but I hope you can at least see a little bit here. So we have building blocks. It's number 28. And I always like this because there's a sense for me of playing that old video game Tetris, where it's almost like this year, I feel for you, Sagittarius, is going to be like pulling down the opportunities and the people and the things and the anything that's kind of coming into or towards you. It's almost like you're going to be finding a place for it. You're going to be able to, I think, stay organized and stay focused. And there's a sense of really building on a foundation you might just be starting this year. And you might see some extreme growth in an area that if you, again, kind of stay focused and really look at taking kind of what is given to you this year and seeing how it can be added to a layer, a foundational layer that you want to build on. There's going to be probably by the end of this year, we'll see what else is coming out in the cards here, but probably by the end of this year, you're going to see something grow, something build, something become more than just a foundation. It might actually grow into, let's say, that larger business. There's a sense of scaling towards something this year for you guys. Now you also have Dolphin coming in with the number 12. I love both of these numbers, 28 and 12, because 28, there's a wholeness there. Excuse me. 28 reduces to the number 10 for the reducing to the number 1 in numerology. So there's a sense of completion, but also of that beginning phase. And with Dolphin, the number 12, I speak to often as the number that for me represents God. There is a strange completive energy or completion, wholeness energy, the number 12. And it's hard for me to explain it without diving a little deeper into my own unique gift for seeing numbers with colors associated. But anyways, the number 12 to me represents that kind of wholeness. It further reduces to the number 3, which to me speaks to the energy of creativity, the energy of communication and being seen. And it can also be the energy of creating life with the innocence of a child. So when we think of dolphin energy, it's very playful, it's very buoyant and boisterous, and that really is that energy of the 3. Dolphins are also highly intelligent and highly creative and highly social. So there's a sense here too that this might be a very social year for many of you Sagittarians. Now, I love that we also have the Empress. Now, you want to speak to a card that speaks to the energy of creativity. Well, here it is. The Empress is the energy of creativity. This is the energy of when we understand, it's also the number 3 as well in the major arcana. It speaks to when we realize that we hold the power to hold space for and create what we would like to give birth to in our experience, in our reality. And so I think for many of you, again, this is going to be a very fundamental year for you to realize just your own power in creating and building something, most likely really focusing also on your creativity that you would like to see grow in your life, or that you would like to see brought into your life experience, given birth to. And again, it's beautiful, beautiful energy. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up, let's see, excerpt that comes with each one of these cards, just so you get a little deeper message here before we dive into the tarot cards. So let's see here. Okay, it says, oops, I'm looking at the wrong one. I'm like, that doesn't look right. I'm a little too far there. Okay, 28. Building blocks. Essential meanings, strong foundations, a beautiful work in progress. It says the Oracle's message, you have everything you need to cultivate an extraordinary life. This is a time when your focus needs to be on the foundations you build upon. Your work, your relationships, and your very being are underwritten by your values, ethics, morals, and core beliefs. Are they still true for you? Will they stand the test of time and serve as the solid grounding upon which you construct your life? Now you are making changes that will affect everything in a positive way. Your destiny is truly a remarkable and beautiful sign. I love that. So there is some, a sense here that there could be something changing in your life. You might have gone through a change over the past few years in your morals, your beliefs. And there could be this year is that year where you're really solidifying what that change is, and again, building upon that. I do like that it speaks, especially with the Empress. This is definitely speaks to a very lucky year of growth for many of you Sagittarians, or for those of you who have a strong Sagittarius birth placement. Now, let's see here with Dolphin, we have number 12. And it says a change. Oops, I'm sorry. Let's get the right book out here. So we have, this is from the Wild Elemental, and it's number 12. Now, dolphin is associated with the water element, and it says dolphin attributes, importance of play, change, wisdom, balance, harmony, communication skills, freedom, and trust. It says dolphin shows up to remind you to get out with your friends and family and play. Take a break from being an adult with all of its inherent responsibilities and seriousness. Play. This will bring the emotions of joy, fun, happiness, movement, and freedom into your life. Playing will add a new dimension to your relationships. You are being led to get more in touch with the childlike, playful side of yourself. I love that. And what's interesting too is when we think of your sign, Sagittarius, you are a sign of freedom. You are a sign of being able to really follow your passions, learn through direct experience and exploring the world. And that is how you're the spiritual adventurer. And so there's a sense of really, I think, kind of regrounding yourself in those attributes of your sign. But also this speaks to really enjoying the people around you. And oftentimes through play come our most creative ideas, that when we kind of just turn off that overthinking, analyzing aspect to our experience, we sometimes just kind of stumble across something, that those beautiful aha moments, or sometimes even just a revitalization of our own creativity when we're just put in, I'd say, situations where we just enjoy ourselves. Okay, so now I'm going to pull some additional cards here, and let's see, I'm going to use this deck. We're going to see what the year ahead looks like for you, Sagittarius. What does Sagittarius need to know for the year ahead? Just to take up some time as I'm pulling the cards here, we do have an important planetary transit for all of us. We did just have Pluto shift signs from Capricorn into Aquarius, which this is the first time in 248 years that Pluto has been in the sign of Aquarius. So for many of us, for the next 20 years, we are going to be feeling the change of Pluto in whatever house Aquarius rules for us. So for example, for me, I'm a Cancer rising, so Aquarius is my 8th house. So I will definitely be feeling Pluto's effects in my 8th house for the next 20 years. which is going to be very interesting. But for those of you who do not know how to calculate your house placements, you can definitely go online and find yourself a free site that will calculate your birth chart. The house placements often correlate. If you're doing a whole house look at your birth chart, it would be based on your ascending sign as the first house. Now, why is Pluto moving into Aquarius important? Because Pluto is the sign that is associated with kind of unearthing the subconscious elements of our experience. It can sometimes unearth truth that can seem like things are being upended. It also speaks to great innovation. When it's in the sign of Aquarius, there's a sense of innovation and great forward progressive movement in technology. And so it's kind of like this shakeup. It's the dark planet coming into play, and sometimes we will see things that we hadn't seen before. We'll have shakeups where we get wherever that house placement is for us, and so kind of a little bit of a wild ride going on here for many of us over the next 20 years. But we're all in it together, which is great. Okay, so to look at your cards here, Sagittarius, we have the Eight of Swords, we have the Nine of Swords. Starting out the year, which is interesting because there's a sense here for many of you of feeling trapped. There's a lot of worry and frustration, possibly anxiety around an aspect of your experience that you're either overthinking or that you feel like you just can't get beyond. The Eight of Swords is where we are trying to think or see a way forward and we can't. Now, I often look at the Eight of Swords as my negative mental programming card, meaning this is where we have set up limitations in our mental space of where and why we can't get beyond a specific limitation. And there's a sense of realizing that the Eight of Swords is just that, it's swords, it's the mental energy, and that often we are not truly limited or truly trapped. It's just a perspective shift that needs to happen, a change in that mental programming. So for many of you, there's at the beginning of this year, there's a sense of feeling trapped in some way and not being able to see a way forward. Nine of Swords speaks to a lot of anxiety, a lot of worry, and a lot of overthinking. Now, this does lead in the middle of the year towards walking away from something. This could be walking away from a relationship that you've long felt held back by. This could be walking away from a workplace environment you've long felt held back by, or a situation in your life. Because the Eight of Cups speaks to walking away from something that we put a lot of emotional investment into, and it can be difficult to walk away from something like this. You know, the Eight of Cups is where maybe on paper other people might look at what you have and say, oh my gosh, you have so much to be grateful for. Like, why isn't this fulfilling to you? And yet there's something deep within that you just know. Your heart is yearning for more. I often look at the Eight of Cups as the realization that there are two cups still out there, that there is that sense of the Two of Cups in the tarot represents intimate connection with another. Now, it could be friend. It doesn't have to be romantic. This could be platonic, where you're looking for that connection. There's a sense with the Eight of Cups that I often look at where we realize that no matter how much we accomplish in life, if we don't have someone to share it with, it kind of falls flat or becomes meaningless. So for some of you, there might be that realization of maybe wanting that close partnership with someone or those close relationships and realizing it's time to go out in search of that. And often to go out in search of something, it means we have to leave something we have long loved or long supported or tried to make work. And we have to leave that in order to go out to find those connections. And ultimately the Ten of Cups, which is our heart's fulfillment. Now with the Fool, this shows that by walking away from something, you are starting a new cycle. You are leaping into the new. There's a sense of faith with the Eight of Cups that you are leaving something behind that, again, you have put time and energy towards. And yet you're realizing that there is still more out there for you, that this isn't all there is. The Eight of Cups can sometimes be where we get stuck and kind of clinging to those cups, fearing that if we walk away, we're leaving so much behind. And yet with the Fool, there's this beautiful sense of reset. The Fool is the number 0 in the tarot, and it really is that kind of cosmic wiping the slate clean and leaping into that new cycle. Now, towards the end of the year, we have the Two of Pentacles and we have the Page of Wands. So there's a sense here of the Two of Pentacles of kind of maybe restructuring your day-to-day. This could be getting a new routine for yourself. This could be kind of just focusing on the little things, the details. And in comes the Page of Wands. This is fun. This is a spark. This could even be a child coming into your life. For some of you, there could be a sense here of, for those of you who maybe are pregnant or looking to give birth, there could be very much that happening towards the end of the year. And it might mean that this child coming into your life is going to change your routine, is going to kind of allow you to, again, restructure, or that you're going to have to kind of be juggling a little bit as you are bringing this new fun, playful, joyful energy into your life. This could also be too where this is an energy of you. This is the energy of play, of fun, of going out there just to feel what it feels like to do something that kind of lights you up inside. The Page of Wands is the curious, optimistic, playful child. That's the energy of the Page of Wands. And so for some of you, this might also just be restructuring your day-to-day to bring more of this into your life. Where can you just on a whim go out and enjoy something? Maybe this is where you're walking away from working so many hours in a day where you don't have that freedom, and suddenly now you're restructuring your entire life to build a foundation that includes play, that includes time to rest and time to do the things that really light your fire. Okay, so let's go ahead here. I'm going to pull some clarifiers and we're going to dive a little deeper. What does Sagittarius need to know about the Eight of Swords? We're going to look first at where you're feeling trapped or a little stuck or limited here. What does Sagittarius need to know about the Eight of Swords? Okay, so we have the Star. Yeah, for many of you, there's a sense of feeling disconnected from a great dream, hope, or wish. There's something you really want to pursue in your life. Now, for some of you, this literally could be maybe that dream is becoming apparent, especially with the Queen of Cups as your main underlying energy. This is the energy of the unconditionally loving mother. It's also the energy of someone who is focused on self-care, focused on meeting their own needs, and is in direct, I like to say, communication with their intuition. There's a sense of being self-guided. So this year is going to be a year where you are really focused on the self, focused on what you need to feel whole and happy and to feel unconditionally loved. We don't always have to take unconditional love outwards to others. We need to first give it to ourselves. And that's what allows us then, when we understand the feeling of unconditional love towards ourselves, we then can apply that to others, which is beautiful. So let's see here. Anything else for the Eight of Swords aside from the Star? It doesn't look like it. So let's see about the Nine of Swords. Where is this worry coming from? So we see the Two of Cups, we see the Knight of Coins, and we see the Five of Cups. So the Knight of Coins and the Knight of Pentacles. So there's a sense here for some of you of wanting to build a relationship with others. Two of Cups, there is that Two of Cups, right? There's that worry of a lack of intimate partnership, a lack of connection. And with the Knight of Pentacles, for some of you, this could legitimately be where you are worrying about a relationship with an earth sign or with a Virgo, specifically for some of you. And there's a sense of really looking back with the Five of Cups, looking back at this relationship with regret, that there was a missed opportunity perhaps. And there could be some worry in that. This could be looking back at a past relationship that maybe prevented you from moving towards, let's say, becoming a parent in the past. And you're looking back going, oh my gosh, that was regretful that I spent that long in a relationship and I didn't become a parent, or I didn't realize what I really wanted to, that I didn't connect with that individual deeper, or I didn't get the love and support I needed. And therein, there's this realization of finally moving on, finally walking away from that. Now, it could be walking away literally just from the idea of this individual, kind of the past relationship haunting you, but it could also be where we are looking at this maybe in the present moment, where this could be the relationship that it's time to walk away from. It could also be Two of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles can literally be where you connected with someone and built a plan together. And there's a sense here of that plan maybe never coming to fulfillment. And so that there's that realization of disappointment with the Five of Cups towards what didn't work out, what didn't come to pass. And there's that, again, that relationship of it's time to finally walk away from that, whether it's a relationship now. I mean, this literally could be the relationship. You might have a relationship with a Virgo and it's just not going someplace. It could be a relationship from the past still haunting you in the present and it's time to walk away. Or this could be speaking to a plan with a relationship. So this could even be a business partner. It could be a friendship. It could be a family member, somebody that, again, you had a plan with. You had, because the Knight of Pentacles the Knight of Pentacles can be someone who is very much, forward-looking, has that slow and steady plan, but yet there was something that didn't come to be here. Now with the Eight of Cups, you have the Three of Pentacles, or the Three of Coins, and the Sun. Yes, this is true illumination of what you would like to build. And now you're going out in search of who would like to build that with you. So for instance, with the Knight of Pentacles, this would be, again, the plan. The Three of Pentacles is taking that back to the foundation. This is laying the foundation for that future vision, but you kind of have to go back a few steps here. And with the Sun, there is that beautiful kind of turning on the light to see who's out there. There's an illumination of that. And in doing so, I think there's an illumination of what you're walking away from, because it is not going to bring you truly what your heart yearns to build for yourself now at this time, the foundation that you're laying for yourself, and the people that you're looking to bring in for you as well. So let's see here with the Fool. What's coming in for Sagittarius with this leap into the new? I'm getting a strong desire for many of you to become parents. Very much with the Page of Wands, the Empress, the Queen of Cups, there's very much that coming in, or strong creativity. Okay, so here's the Six of Pentacles. Yes, there's a sense of needing to rebalance something in your physical environment. And the Two of Coins. Yep. Okay, so that's where the Two of Coins is coming in. I'm going to pop away just for a second here, guys. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so rebalancing something in your everyday experience. There's a sense of jumping into a new routine, and a routine that is going to bring either a different return on your investment. The Six of Pentacles can be where we are reminded that in our everyday experience, what we put in, we will eventually get back. It can also be a reminder too that at any given time, we may need to be on the receiving end of the spectrum, meaning people are giving us help, or we are taking charity, or someone's donating their time for us. And then on another point in our life, we will be on the other side of that spectrum, meaning we will be in a position to give to others. So there's a sense here for some of you of maybe leaping into a new cycle where that is going to change for you, whether you were the one maybe on the receiving end of things and maybe you're moving into a giving cycle, or vice versa. This could be, for instance, looking like you're becoming a stay-at-home parent after being the breadwinner, or you're going back into the workforce after being a stay-at-home parent. So you can kind of see how that would be an example of that. But otherwise, it could also just be where you're learning to jump into a routine now, a cycle where the routine is going to be supportive of you, that you're going to be changing things up to bring more fun, to bring more possibly even excitement into your life. And that definitely can bring balance into our life experience for sure. So, that is way too many cards. So let's dive a little deeper into this Two of Pentacles here. What does Sagittarius need to know about the Two of Pentacles? Okay, so we have the Page of Swords. Another card that brings in that youthful, childlike energy. But this is the one where we are curious. We are the curious child trying to get more information, trying to see the truth more clearly. So I think for some of you, there's a sense here of towards the later half of the year, really trying to stay open to how things can change, or to stay open to maybe perhaps what works and what doesn't. There's a sense that always comes through for me with the Page of Swords where we consider ourselves a forever student, meaning no matter where we are in our lives, we could be 95 years old. There's still something in our life experience that is going to be something that we've just discovered for the first time. We can never know everything. That's just the way it is in our life experience. So there's a sense here of kind of adopting that curiosity of just kind of stepping back a little bit to see. You might even be playing with your schedule a little bit as well, or playing with what works and what doesn't. And with Judgment coming in, there is going to be a sizable change coming in for you, Sagittarius. Judgment is a card that speaks to a fundamental change in who we are. Now, this can happen just sometimes overnight internally, where we just wake up and we have a different perspective. We realize we can't go to the same job we've gone to for the past 35 years. Or we wake up one day and we realize we no longer believe in something, and it fundamentally changes who we are. But often, Judgment can also be when something fundamentally changes us, meaning we go through something in our life like becoming a parent, that means that we can no longer go back to when we weren't a parent. Or we get married and suddenly we are forever someone who has been married. Even if down the line we get divorced, there's that sense of that change in who we are at this moment in our life experience. So for many of you, there's a curiosity around a change that has happened for you, a fundamental change in how you can start to restructure your life experience around that. So let's see about this Page of Wands. I always love the Page of Wands. There's a sense of excitement that comes with the Page of Wands, of just this fun, youthful, it is that sense, and I love how the Page of Wands is clarifying the Page of Wands, but we also have the Six of Wands. So for some of you, there could be a sense of the Six of Wands coming in. There's a sense of recognition, of being seen, that maybe there's a part of yourself that you've wanted this to be seen, and maybe you've had to repress it or suppress it. For some of you, this is literally success in having a child. So if that's something that maybe you've long wanted, it's definitely in the cards for you this year. There's also a sense, too, of success just around finding that spark within again. This could even be where some of you are getting back in touch with your creativity. That even could be like artistic creativity. And there may be something coming in where some of you are starting to be noticed for that. So there's definitely a sense here with the Six of Wands and the Page of Wands, whatever this Page of Wands represents, whether it's you and your youthfulness of vitality, creativity, there's a sense of you being seen, possibly recognized for that, possibly success coming in around that. This is kind of, I get the feeling sometimes when these cards come in like this, where it's almost like someone who was maybe doing the 9 to 5, taking the tried and true path of how, what we're supposed to do to be responsible and make money. And suddenly it's like something happens. There's this like idea that comes in. It's like, the friend that comes in and says, hey, why don't we just start filming silly videos and put them on YouTube or put them on, any of the social media platforms. And suddenly your little reels take off and it's just you guys being silly or you guys making fun of something. There's kind of that sense here where there might be something that actually like lights your fire that might seem kind of fun and silly, and suddenly there's a success component tied to that. And then this could also be the same kind of thing where maybe you are really focused on maybe relationships and maybe making money, and suddenly now there's this kind of about face and this realization of success for me is becoming a parent. Success for me is becoming, so there's almost like a change in what you view as success, or the potential for a change in how others view you as successful, or possibly that success might come in an unexpected way around creativity and play. So really lean into that. And then we have, the Queen of Cups again at the bottom of the deck. Well, there is definitely motherhood potential here for many of you Sagittarians. There's also, it could just be getting really back in touch with self-care. And when we get back in touch with self-care, well, guess what happens? When we're meeting our needs, our creativity is allowed to shine through. And maybe part of meeting your needs is going out there and, again, changing up your routine to free you to have this spark again, to have something come in where you feel like, wow, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this ability to build a life around play, around what feels like fun. This is really wonderful energy, Sagittarius. Okay, so I'm going to pull a final card here before we wrap the reading up. So let's see what we have coming in for you. What does Sagittarius need to see or know for the year 2024? You can get one more card for you here. Oh, there we go. Oh, I love it. That makes sense here. Okay, so we have surrender unhealthy relationships. And yes, there's definitely that surrendering of an unhealthy relationship here at the beginning of your reading. Whatever this Two of Cups with the Knight of Pentacles, most likely a Virgo, there's a sense of walking away from whatever this was to finally kind of clear, I think, kind of the karmic cycle that was going on here. Whether, again, it was friendship, whether it was a romantic partner, could even be a parent, a close parent dynamic, something along those lines. So it says, let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. And you definitely do. I can say this without, knowing your true circumstance, but I can say that everyone is deserving of to be treasured for who they are, in addition to be surrounded by positive people. It's great to be surrounded by people who truly see you, truly support you, and truly support this spark that's coming to life this year for you. And these are the people who are going to be part of the Three of Pentacles, part of what you want to build. They're going to be the people coming in to help you kind of place those pieces as they come in throughout this year. All right, Sagittarius, I hope you have a wonderful 2024, as well as a wonderful rest of your day. If you'd like to book a reading where you can take a look at what you can expect for 2024, or just to illuminate an area of your life that could use a little more light and clarity, you can click on the link in the description box below to visit my website to view a list of my services. Otherwise, I will see you all in your next illumination reading. Bye, Sagittarius.